Hey guys, how's it going? Crane here. Today I want to give you guys a bit of an overview on the constructed format and the best, coolest deck I've played in Faria. This is a sponsored video, so keep that in mind, but I have played Faria for quite some time. I'm clocking in almost 60 hours now, and I've had a blast. If you do want to really understand what's going on, you haven't seen any Faria content in the past, I highly recommend you check out my original Faria video that goes over all the basics. Faria is a game that can be a bit challenging to learn the basics of, but once you do, the complexity really takes over and captivates your attention. At least it did mine. So Faria is a card game, and just to recap a few things, the main things that are very different from other card games are that the cards that you play are units or spells that will often take up places on the map that kind of, separates you and your opponent. And there's a lot of positional requirements as you develop the map with your on-turn effects. And the other very important thing is that Faria, which is the resource, the equivalent of mana as in many other card games, pools turn after turn. So the tempo side of the game is a very complex one because often it will be higher tempo to play nothing for a few turns to play a giant minion 3 turns later, as opposed to playing a small minion on each of those turns. So because of that, the game is very complex and very interesting. Today I want to highlight this deck. This is the coolest deck that I've ever played in constructed Faria so far, and I want to highlight the deck as well as the format so you can see kind of what you're getting into if you'd like to play. So the main focus of the deck is this card, 3 Wishes. This card was in my collection as I did the $50 payment to get every single card in the game. You can do that in Faria, or you can just get packs one at a time as you wish. Well, I just found this card in my collection when I logged in. I haven't logged in a few weeks, but the real beauty about constructed Faria differs from other card games, and it's really been my criticism for most other card games, and it's that most card games just do not have frequent enough updates. There's a lot of great card games out there, but in between the patches, you have a moment in the game where it's very stale and very boring. So far, from my experience playing Faria over the last several months, there has never been a time like this, and even though I don't play that much, I only play, every week, every 2 weeks, every single time I log in, there are changes to key cards that very significantly change the game as a whole, and this keeps it very fresh all the time. And the freshness this time was this card, 3 Wishes. So gain 4 life and copy the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. They cost 2 less, each one of them costs 2 less, and you cannot wish for more wishes. So that last part may not be super clear. What it does mean is that if your opponent has wishes in his deck and you are digging one up with your 3 wishes, you're not going to get that card. And that's because if you would get that card, you would create an infinite loop. And that's because of how the cost structure works in Faria. So you can see that this card costs 0 Faria. It doesn't cost any resource, but it requires you to have quite a insane threshold cost. So you need to have 2 lake tiles, 2 forest tiles, 2 desert tiles, and 2 mountain tiles. In my basics Faria video, I talked about how it's generally a really bad idea to create a deck that has more than 2 land types in it because it's very difficult to satisfy threshold land requirements. And this is completely the opposite and really the source of all my entertainment playing recently. So this is a quad color deck, a quad land type deck. It's like a prismatic deck. It focuses on a few cards, primarily 3 Wishes, but focuses largely on 2 land types. It focuses on forests and lakes. And the reason it focuses on forests is because there's just some very valuable cards. There's Feed the Forest that destroys a friendly creature to gain Faria equal to its life, and you draw a card. And you have the Living Willow to taunt, or it's the main candidate for that. You have the Earthcraft, which creates a forest, lake, mountain, or desert. And this is very important because you gain a lot of tempo playing the 3 Wishes card, but it can be very difficult to reach this threshold requirement of land lands. So while Earthcraft uses 2 Faeria, it uses your resource to basically do nothing but accelerate your creation, your land development, which is not really any form of tempo in Faeria unless you're playing an aggressive deck, which this is not. It does make it so your win condition happens earlier, and that is a pretty big deal. It also has Primeval Colossus, so it costs 1 less for each special land you have. So a special land is a non-plane. So if you have all the lands required to play 3 wishes, you have 8 special lands or more. You could have a few more, and it would reduce the cost of Primeval Colossus by 8 to 7. So if you're paying 7 Faria for an 8-12, that's a very valuable card, and you're able to do something like Feed the Forest if you need to combo up for a lot more Faria. There's some Faria combos with blue. There's 9 cost. 9 is a lot of Faria to pay up for a card, but it gives you 12. It's a mana accelerant, and there's Aurora's Dream. So you draw until you have 9 cards, and your entire hand costs 0. But to play this, you need 24. That's why you have a lot of those burst accelerants. Also, for Day of the Dragons, adds 4 dragons, the 4 dragons, there's 1 of each color to your hand, and each of those cost 4 less. Now, Gardon is the red dragon, and it is the dragon that's actually in the deck, so essentially the deck has 2 Gardons, but you can have a lot more than that, as you'll see through the mechanics to come. And this acts as your board clear. So you have a board clear through drawing Gardon the dragon, you have a board clear through just getting Day of the Dragons, or you can just stall and screw around your opponent constantly. And that's why this is a little bit of a spin-off to my version of the deck. I really like Spell Whirl. It's just a card that generates value and allows you to screw with your opponent. You get random cards, your opponent doesn't know what to expect, and while the cards are often not going to be particularly good, they're just going to be like mediocre creatures. They're just going to stall the game until you lead to your win condition. Now, talking about the very big, the very valuable creatures in the deck, you're able to duplicate those. You're able to use Aurora's Creation, which adds a copy of a creature to your hand. It costs 5 less. So if you have 20 Faeria available, which again is not uncommon for a deck like this, you can play your Gardon Heart of the Mountain, deal 3 to all your enemy's creatures, and then you can play Aurora's Creation on Gardon and use another Gardon. And there's a lot of different mana or Faeria discounts among that as well, so there's a lot of opportunity to pull those off, and really the deck just kind of works, and it is really a blast to play. You just have a few other, kind of stalling synergistic creatures otherwise, like Water Elemental lets you create more lakes faster, so you can focus on getting the other land types at the start of your turn. The fact that its jump is a very flexible creature, it just kind of screws your opponent a little bit, just keeps them busy. So the idea of the deck is to keep your opponent busy while you pull off some spectacular combos with 3 wishes, Day of the Dragons, or other extremely high Faeria cost cards. And in the end, it is really a blast, and I think highlights the constructed format in Faeria. It's just the best way to show off the format. So I hope you guys enjoy my clips. I hope you guys enjoy my fun that I had with this deck. And if you are interested in Faeria, you can check out in the link below and let me know what you think. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. I think I'll keep Spell Whirl. Spring Mucky. Gotta go with Lake. I think I'm gonna go with the Water. That's a lot of islands. Okay. Yeah, I want to keep my distance there. He has to buff that or move it back. Both cases are pretty good for me. Plays a taunt there, it's good. Otherwise, I'm in decent shape. Still gonna take me a while until I can 3 wishes, but I don't know if I should try to pump that out or if I should try to go for an Aura's Creation play here. Go for a pretty nice one is the thing. Go face. No, we don't want to do that quite yet. Oh, that's not good. I think I'll have to sacrifice everything to kill that. I could play a Beirut, but that might hurt me more than anything. Oh, that triggered twice on it? Interesting. Okay, so I have 20. Alright. Just can't Beirut. It's so bad. It's just so bad. Oh, God. Yeah, Beirut just kind of screws me up. I think maybe I should have played an island there. Drop Beirut there. This would have died for free to the range. It's really bad, but it would have done something, you know. I can't play these yet. And Beirut screws me up, actually. It's really bad. Yeah, I have so much mana, but I can't play anything because of threshold requirements. If he has like a bit of a buff here, it's gonna be a disaster. Yeah, I put the taunt there. It's pretty bad. I still have some hope here, though. Some hope. Am I gonna get a better target? I don't know. And gain 12, but I don't think I wanted to lose that. That's not too bad. Okay. Get a copy of a card. Alright, let's dream. I gotta get a taunt in there. I really need the desert though. Fuck. Oh, but I really need to get a taunt in there. Okay. I think that's alright. I don't want to play the dragons just yet. I can surprise them with one next turn. And that can be a big deal. Yeah, Aurora's Dream is really insane. There's no doubt about that. I can blow him out on the board. He can't move, he already attacked with that. So I'm getting a kill on that one. Oh, he can play it. Just the big dude, I guess, yeah. Yeah, he can do that. Okay. He has to kill me next turn. I don't think he can do that. Well, he can hit 5, get me to 9, but then I can gain 8 next turn because I can lay down desert. I think hand limit is 9. I don't think it's 10. No, I don't think it's 10. Alright! Oh no. That is a bad hand, guys. Literally unplayable. This is actually a extremely terrible hand. Okay. Okay, so I can ramp a ton of mana if I want. A ton of Faria, that is. But I don't think I'm going to use it for that. Okay, he's got 13. See what he can do with it. As it stands, it looks like not a lot. Interesting. Yeah, he's saving up a ton himself. Flying haste charge too. Sure, whatever. Okay, that's kind of bad. Okay, cleared. We're gonna gain life with the 3 wishes. Derelict Tower will cause a few problems here. 3. Let's just do that. Oh yeah, I knew the cards. Oh. Oh, okay.
Oh! Yeah! Correct! Oh, damn, that was cool. We won with like the worst hand ever. Alright, let's try to play this out and see if we can get a quick game. I kind of want to play for about 10 more minutes or so. He's got the diver. The diver's pretty good. Alright. Holy crap. It looks like I might get raffle stomped here. Wow. I think I probably should still play this thing here. I put it in range of his guy because his guy's more valuable than mine. No! All these aquatics. It's a big problem right now. Okay, you got 3 wishes there. I could just make another forest here. I guess I'll probably have to play that. Just to defend the board a little bit. I'll switch to Hearthstone after this game. I might end it if it's looking bad and it's looking drawn out, but we'll see. Right now we're in decent shape. This is my constructed deck of choice, the 3 wishes. I've never even attempted to make a 3-color deck before, and this is the 4-color deck, and actually, I don't know if I've lost a single game with it. Okay. Yeah! Yeah, we can do that. Do that no problem, man, no problem. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty close to the 3 wish. Just chaining Tyrannaxes right now. I have a pretty big incentive to save my Faria right now. So this makes a dragon playable with 17. That's a lot. It's probably best I do the dream before I do anything like that. Alright, let's do this. fine. I can take some damage because I have the wishes here, so not a huge deal. Looks like I have to drop a red dragon. Yeah. That's really good. I'm not quite at Aurora Dream though. It's Day of the Dragons. Drop a Garudon. I need 3 blue to play that, huh? Okay. I think I'm gonna get this game. Now, that looks pretty bad, but we have some life gain here. It's not a big deal. So we get that. Drop Garudon. Let's put a desert up there. Gain 4. Okay. I'll take it.